Hello everyone, I'm Seth with Exotic Motorsports, and this is our 2017 Audi R8 5.2 Plus Quattro with 17,518 miles. Beautiful red R8, LED daytime running lights, front parking sensors, carbon front lip. Unfortunately, it's not perfect. It does have just a few blemishes on the front, including very light and insignificant rock chips. It's got a few marks down here at the very bottom portion of the front bumper. It does have just a few chips in the grille. A few marks across the front hood, but they are very, very small. Tiny little scuff area there. But the wear on the car is very, very small. I'd say some of the more significant stuff is, I'm not sure if the badges were plastic dipped or how they have been painted, but some of that finish is wearing off and some of the base layer of the chrome is showing through. And it's on just about all of the badges that are like that. But a full badge kit for the car is very easily replaceable and very inexpensive. Front driver's side fender area, I'm aware this is all one piece for the frunk, but the fender area is in good shape, albeit the badge could use some work. Front driver's side wheel, the finish looks incredible. I love this color. These wheels look so nice. Carbon side mirrors, a few rock chips on them, pretty small though. Driver's side door, look good. Carbon side blade, no issues there. Very nice gloss finish. Same with the top piece. Rear quarter panel, driver's side. You have a small blemish there, one very slight imperfection. Rear driver's side wheel, we do have a little bit of the paint coming off of the lip of the wheel there, but otherwise the wheel looks great. Moving around to the back of the car, the back end of a second gen R8 is just such an appealing look. Very iconic supercar aesthetic. It looks phenomenal. Again, the badging is less than perfect on both the R8 and the Audi rings. However, I do believe that is the only flaw on the back. Black exhaust tips coming out of the side of the diffuser. It does have a rear carbon diffuser. Looks very nice, very good condition, and then it does have a rear carbon wing with a nice gloss finish to it. It's in excellent shape, looks really nice. And then of course the glass engine compartment cover, that's in great shape too. Moving along to the passenger side, the rear quarter panel, passenger side looks really good. Does have just a few very, very tiny imperfections in the paint, but you have to really hunt for those. Top carbon piece is in great shape with a matte black fuel door. And the bottom side blade sadly does have a scuff there, and it does catch your fingernail, so it cannot be buffed out. That would probably have to be wet sanded and re-cleared to be totally fixable. Passenger door looks perfect, no issues. Passenger mirror, again like the driver's side, just a few very, very small rock chips. And very consistently, a little bit of fading on the finish of the badge. Really interesting that it's happened on all the badging on this car. Front passenger side fender area looks really good. Front passenger wheel looks phenomenal as well. All the wheels are in perfect shape. I'll go ahead and walk around the car from a 1 foot distance to give you a better big picture idea of the overall condition of the car. Here at Exotic Motorsports, we do these comprehensive walk around videos to give our out-of-state buyers the confidence and peace of mind they need to purchase a vehicle sight unseen if they choose to do so. Walking around a vehicle from a 1 foot distance is a lot more indicative of what you might notice on a day-to-day basis if you were to own the car yourself. It helps to distinguish between the small unnoticeable flaws and the larger, more obvious ones to give you a better, well-rounded perspective of the true condition of the car. So when you own a vehicle like this, it's very doubtful that every time you get in and out of the car, you'll notice all the small flaws on it. So typically, if it's just the big obvious ones that stand out, those are really the only thing that would detract somebody from enjoying a car like this. And this car, in my opinion, doesn't really have any large flaws that stand out. Maybe the wear on the passenger carbon side blade. But otherwise, I think this car has been very well kept. Looking at the interior, we do have black interior with red contrast stitching, heated power folding auto dimming mirrors, one-touch windows for driver and passenger side, power adjustable heated seats, very nice black leather seats, again with the red contrast stitching. And I love the R8 for a lot of reasons, and one of them is how utilitarian and driver focused the interior is. This car was built for the driver. Audi did not care about the passenger. They didn't care about anything else. The entire infotainment system, everything going on with the car, all the controls are built into the steering wheel and the gauge cluster. Those are the only things that really matter. You have climate control here, heated seat options here and there. They were nice enough to actually give the passenger a heated seat. And these controls are pretty close to useless considering all of your function buttons are also on the steering wheel. So everything that the steering wheel does mimics these as well. So here on the gauge cluster, you can change the view, having a centralized tach and speedometer with options on the side to scroll through. And you can also look at your Bluetooth connection, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and you have navigation. You can scroll the zoom on that as well, which is very nice. And you also have your trip meters, fuel consumption, etc. So everything that you really need to know, everything that's conducive to driving the car is right here directly in front of you, which I think is an amazing idea. Again, climate control options over here. Parking sensor for the front and rear toggle, you can disable that. Hazards and traction control are right there. Gear selector is there. You do have your volume knob and media controls there. And then of course, these are kind of like quick shortcut buttons. If you just press up on this, it'll take you directly to navigation. Press down on this one, take you directly to your media options, menu navigation wheel, the menu button, and back button, and your electronic parking brake. Very subtle amount of carbon fiber. I think it's kind of tacky when carbon is overdone. I think the R8 has just the right amount, being this centerpiece here in the center console, the vent, the HVAC bezels there, around the gauge cluster, and on the side of the door right there, just that little bit. You do have Alcantara headliner running up the A-pillars, and across the entire headliner we have an auto-dimming rear view mirror that is frameless, very nice modern look with a compass built in, and a universal garage door remote there in the middle. Paddle shifters, of course, to go nicely with the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And unlike a lot of supercars, you can actually open the rear hatch to expose the engine. 5.2 liter V10, again paired to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission that is all-wheel drive. Idle is very smooth, throttle is very responsive. This car is as aggressive as you want it to be with variable driving modes. It can be tame and quiet, or you can open the exhaust valves, put it in dynamic, stiffen the suspension, and really drive this car aggressively and push it through the turns as this car was meant to be driven. With the V10 Plus, you do get the carbon fiber lined engine bay, making it look really nice. This car is beautiful in every way with just the right amount of carbon accenting. It handles incredible. The V10 sounds phenomenal. It's a car that you can't help but smile while you drive it, and it definitely turns heads. The sound of the V10 is very iconic, and it's just a whole lot of fun. It can be daily driven. You can make it a very comfortable car. It's not difficult to get in and out of, and it's also beyond capable on a racetrack. This car has endless uses. Even long road trips it does very well on. So this is a fun car. It's beautiful, it sounds great, and I really don't know what more you could ask out of a sports car. So that is our 2017 Audi R8 5.2 Plus Quattro. If you have any further questions, please feel free to check out the sales listing on our website at exoticmotorsportsok.com. Thank you for watching.